Hi, welcome back to the Infinite Woman Universe show. I am so excited to have you back for today's show. I'm your host, Angela, and today we are actually going to talk about overcoming fear. I'm so grateful to have you here. I appreciate you spending your time with me and just being here and going through journal prompts and this video and the activation. This is really going to help you overcome fear, understand fear, and really just kind of let it go. So we're going to do things a little bit differently as far as the journal prompts. It's going to be more of an exercise, if you will, but we'll get to that really soon. Since you're here, go ahead and like and subscribe and leave a comment. I would love to hear your experience with fear, and I would love to hear how this video has helped you overcome fear and take new risks. But let's actually get into some tips about overcoming fear so that you really know what to do, right? You're not just bringing out awareness and then doing the activation, right? Because then what? So these tips are really to help you to really point you in the right direction so that you know how to handle it and how to work with it. But if you are really struggling with fear, if you're really struggling with doubt, I am open to take one-to-one clients. This is what I help my clients with, along with releasing past stories so that they can create alignment and fulfillment in their lives. So if you are a female entrepreneur and you are ready to take risks, if you're ready to be in alignment and just have everything gravitate to you and just feel really happy, then come reach out to me. We can discuss what will work best for you as far as a one-to-one plan, and then we can go from there. But in the meantime, let's talk about these tips. First and foremost is and I said this in the last video, and if you didn't catch the last video, I'll link it up for you above, but we're going to talk about this again, okay? The most important thing that you can do is heal from your past and heal from your trauma. In my opinion, everybody has some sort of trauma to some extent. Trauma is not just some one-time event or reoccurring events like sexual abuse or war or things like that. It is very much something that crosses your boundaries and makes you feel uncomfortable, that kind of stays stagnant in your mind and in your body. So I want you to kind of be aware of that and be open to the fact that every single person on this planet must heal from their past, okay? That's first and foremost. If you do not heal from your past and let go of your trauma and reset and rewire your nervous system, you are going to hold on to fear. You just are. And it's just because when your nervous system is out of whack, you are thinking about fear, you're stressed, you're so focused on what could go wrong because of your past history that all you can think about is worst case scenario and fear and what's going to jump out at you and what's going to happen over there and who's going to do you dirty and all of those things that feel really heavy, right? And it's because our nervous system is out of whack, and this is why it's so important to heal from your trauma so that you can release it from your body and really just move on. This is exactly what I work with my clients with so that they can release those past stories and live the life that they truly want to. The second thing that you want to do, again, is to let go of your unhealthy conditioning. Your unhealthy conditioning is dynamic, to say the least, okay? Because we actually hold on to our conditioning much more than we hold on to our trauma. In my experience, in my life and in the lives of my clients, it's actually easier to let go of trauma than it is to let go of conditioning. How crazy is that, right? It sounds counterintuitive. We think that the trauma is going to be so much harder to let go of. But the thing is that our responses and the way we grew up is actually conditioned into us. And then the trauma just kind of puts the nail in the coffin, right? So what you want to do is first you've got to decide what conditioning you really want to hold on to and what conditioning you want to let go of. Because the reality is that our parents condition their fears onto us, and then we end up carrying fears onto us. And so we've got to decide what is really ours and what's not, because you could be potentially holding on to fears that were never yours to begin with. So I want you to be aware of that. You've got to let go of conditioning. The third thing that you must do to help yourself let go of fear, okay? We're not just going to let go of fear, we're going to integrate it. I'm a huge believer that you don't feel the fear and do it anyway, because eventually the fear is going to paralyze you. To me, it's also not, false evidence appearing real. That's actually not true, because you can give me a million reasons why that fear is real for you. It is very real for people, and I hate that we have come to this meme or this live by false evidence appearing real. And I think that's bullshit, because you can give me so many reasons as to why it's real in your life. And I want you to, you're validated. That is real. I've dealt with fears in my life. I've had a daughter who has epilepsy and has died twice and come back. So those fears of, could this happen again? Those fears of what happens if she does die, they're very real. They're very real in our body. The feelings are very real. So I want you to know that your fear is valid. Your fear is very valid. The thing is that a lot of it can be let go of. A lot of it can be integrated. And that's really what we're after. We're after coming into wholeness. And that's what integration is all about. And this third step is really about that integration, right? You can heal from your past, you can unlearn your conditioning, but if you're not integrating, you're kind of all over the place, right? You kind of have all these parts and pieces that have not fully integrated, and this is why parts work is so important. Parts work allows you to acknowledge the fear, accept the fear, and then let it go. Allow it to become one. Allow it to be seen and heard. And so I actually also help my clients with parts work. It is so powerful in overcoming fear and doubt and creating alignment in your life. So these are the most important things that you can do to overcome fear or integrate fear. It's time to let go of feel the fear and do it anyway. It's time to let go of its false evidence appearing real. We all know that that's bullshit, because it feels real in your body and in your mind and all of the things. And I feel like it's not, I just feel like someone made that up to make them feel better. So anyway, I want you to know that your fear is valid, but it is about healing from your past. It is about letting go of your conditioning, and it is about integration with parts work. It gets so much easier. We want you to get to the point where you are doing things afraid, because the feeling is usually there, right? Of course, stepping out of your comfort zone can be so scary, but the thing is that we want you to be like, no, this feels good. I know that I'm going to grow. I know that I'm going to evolve. Okay, so now we're going to go into the journal prompts, or the exercise, if you will. But if you've made it this far, I love and appreciate you so much. And I hope that you will like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know if this is helping you, if this is resonating with you. Make sure that you subscribe if you're really into this, because I release one of these videos every week on Monday. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Okay, so the exercise. The exercise is essentially, we're going to lean into it. And this is something that I have my one-to-one clients do, but we're going to actually add some other parts, because you may not be ready to fully lean into your fear, which I totally understand. All of this is a process. All of this is a journey, right? So I'm going to give you some activities that you can do, and then we're going to give it up just a notch, okay? So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to write a list of all of your fears. So just take 5 to 10 minutes and just kind of get real juicy and comfortable, and just allow yourself to write in your journal, okay? With your journal, and just kind of allow yourself to write. It's going to be the first things that come to your mind. Don't hesitate, okay? Don't say, oh my gosh, I can't believe I have that fear. It doesn't matter at this point. We're doing this without judgment. The more aware you are, the easier it is to let go of, okay? The second part is one by one, you're going to cross out what fears are not actually yours, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to go one by one of these fears, and you're going to say, is this actually my fear? And if it's no, cross it out and just allow yourself to release it. You can say like a little affirmation or a little mantra or whatever, and it can just be like, this is no longer mine. I now release it. It can go back to who it belongs to. You can say something like that, okay? And that will help you release it. And then the third part, if you're ready for this, you can actually stop right there. And now you're just aware of what fears are actually yours and what you may have to work with on a regular basis. But if you are ready to lean into your fears and take it up a notch, then this is what I want you to do. I want you to lean in to which one is left, either one by one or one each day, because sometimes they're super emotional when you do this, okay? And I'll tell you a little story of my experience with leaning into this. So I want you to lean into each one that are actually yours. And what I mean by lean into it is, what is the worst case scenario? What are the emotions behind this? If you have a fear of failure, what does that look like? What does failure actually look like for you? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? What happens in your life? Do you lose your house? Do you get a divorce if you're, married or whatever the case may be? Like, what actually happens if you totally and completely fail? What this does is this actually takes away the power it has over you. And that helps so much. So now that when you know that you self-sabotage because you actually have a fear of failure, you're like, okay, I'm aware that I have this. The power of it is actually kind of gone. I don't need to self-sabotage anymore. And so you kind of release it because the power is completely gone. So earlier, I want to give you my little story about doing this. Earlier, I had mentioned that my daughter has epilepsy and she has died and come back twice. And I was actually working with a mentor. That's where I got this from. And she said, I want you to lean into this fear that you have, this fear of your dad or your daughter no longer being alive. I want you to lean into it. I want you to write as if you are speaking or writing an obituary for your daughter. What does that look like? What does that sound like? What do you write? What do you say? How are you feeling? And so when I went running, because that's my thing, I went running and just started writing. And before I could even get my pen to the paper in my journal, I was bawling, just bawling. And so I had so many concerns at the time with her being at her dad's house that I was so fearful. I was so concerned and overthinking, and it was just out of control, and naturally, right? So as soon as I did that, I stopped being concerned about things that were going on in his house, which really was helpful. And it just took the power away from it. I started to let my daughter do things. I wasn't overbearing and all of the things, which, we naturally are because we're moms. And so it just really helped me relax. It really helped me let go of a lot of stress that had been happening in my life just by leaning in to this ultimate fear that I had, right? So I want you to know that that's what we're doing here. We're releasing these fears so that it releases other stuff like stress and control, which is also about fear, so that you can live your life, so that you can create alignment, so that you can feel fulfilled, so that you can be the entrepreneur that you want to be, right? So that you can be the professional you want to be, so that you can live your life. And that's ultimately what we're trying to do here. Okay, we are headed into the activation. The activation is really about integration. When I do these activations, I don't plan them. Okay, they come straight from download from source, and so they just kind of run. Whatever comes to mind is what I deliver to you. So they're kind of like live, if you will. I don't edit them, this is very much what we're going to do. Whatever comes up at this point, whether it's about integrating or activating your power, if you will, that's what we're going to do here. If you've made it this far, let me know that you've made it this far. You can comment and say activation. You can like and subscribe to this. This lets me know that, you're really into these Infinite Woman shows and you dig them, and it helps me grow and expand, and it helps me deliver more of these to you. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, make sure that you're not listening to this activation while you're sleeping or operating heavy equipment. Okay, please don't do that. I want you to be safe. And let's go ahead and get started, get juicy and comfortable. Okay, go ahead and close your eyes. Okay, good. All right. And allow yourself to just kind of get comfortable and relax and relax and relax. Good. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Allowing your body to just relax. And if you have any stress, worries, fears, just know that it's all okay. You can come back to it later if you desire, though that it's not required. Know that you're safe. Know that you don't have to do anything, but allow yourself to be. You don't even have to force yourself to relax. Just listen to my voice. And if you have thoughts, it's okay. Just let them go. Just let them go each time. You're not going to magically stop thinking right now, and that's okay. Take another deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Allowing your shoulders to drop. Allowing your body to just sink into where you are as you go deeper and deeper into relaxation, deeper and deeper into peace. Good, good. Go ahead and take another deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, as you go into complete relaxation right now. We're going to start at the crown of your head, and you're just going to let go and melt away and release any stress, any worries, any fears. And you're just going to let this wash over you. Just letting it all melt away. Letting it melt away from your third eye, your face, your jaw, your throat, your shoulders, your chest. Just let it all melt away. Release it all, anything that's unserving, all the way down in your stomach, your solar plexus, your sacral. Just let all those emotions just go away. You no longer need them right now because you're going deeper and deeper into relaxation. Wash away into your root and your hips and your thighs and your shins and your feet, just totally washed away. And I want you to imagine that you're just sitting in a dark space. You're completely safe here, completely safe and protected. I've got you. Know that you're safe, protected, as I am. We are connected. We are connected to Source. And you're just sitting here. And as you're sitting here, you notice that all of these words are coming into this dark space. These words are all your fears. And you're just looking at them. And at first you're really timid. You're unsure. You feel uncertain. You feel scared. You feel worried. You're overthinking, and you're going straight to worst case scenario about all of these words that are facing you. And you might feel some sensations, but no, you're safe and protected here. You know that you cannot integrate without facing. And slowly you stand up in front of these words. And you look at each word. And these are powerful words, words that have controlled your life, words that have stopped you from living, words that have kept you down, words that have made you play small, words that have kept you from alignment. And one by one, you tell these words, I see you, I hear you, I understand you, you're safe, you're protected, you're unconditionally loved. And you just do this one by one. Good. One by one. Now, with each word, we are going to say to them, I accept you, I love you, I forgive you. And as you say this to each word, it disappears into the darkness. And as each word disappears into the darkness, you feel whole, you feel complete, you feel integrated, you feel calm, you feel confident, you feel at peace, you feel strong, you feel powerful, limitless, activated. You allow yourself to shine and sit in your power and stand in it. You feel brave and bold. You feel courageous and like you can take on anything. Like these fears are no longer running your life, but you are. You can feel your alignment come into place. You can feel your soul light up and speak to you and shine your light. You can feel your connection, your intuition. You can feel yourself resetting back to your divine state. You can feel how powerful you are. You can feel your excitement and eagerness. You've been activated. You're healed. You're integrated. Fear is no longer running your life. You are in control. You're in control of whether or not you have a good day, your reactions, your emotions, and your alignment. You know that you are a powerful creator, and you create your reality. And your reality is no longer controlled by fear, but faith and alignment. You create from faith and alignment. You take inspired action. All the thoughts around that inspired action that have stopped you before are completely gone. They're non-existent. You feel stronger and ready and committed and passionate about who you are and your life. And you look around and all the words are gone. And then this gold energy just wraps you up. You might have tingling sensations, and that's okay. You're safe here. And just allow it to absorb into your body. So you can feel the confidence and eagerness, the healing, the integration, one cell at a time, 1 inch at a time. And you're feeling so good and so aligned and so powerful and so confident. You know that you're going to take it into your day, into your week, into your month, into your year, into your life. You know that you're shifting and evolving, and everything that you desire is already yours. Good. Come back down into the earth. Come back down into the room. Come back down into your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes and open your eyes when you're ready. All right. If you made it this far, I am so excited and I appreciate you being here. I know that this is almost 30 minutes and I just appreciate your time so much. And if you've made it this far, let me know that you've made it this far. Subscribe, like, and comment, share. That helps me grow and I'm here to help you grow. And if you need one-to-one time, just reach out to me and I will see you next week.